Hello everyone, my name is Adrian. I work for the NGO Globice in Réunion Island. I'm here to present to you my work about regional variation in humpback whale song within the Western Indian Ocean indicates varying movement patterns across years. The humpback whale is one of the most emblematic baleen whales of the ocean. Giant of the seas, with their 18 meters long and their long pectoral fins, which gives them this unique grace underwater, they live an average up to 40 years. Apart from a resident population located in the northern Indian Ocean, these whales are highly migratory. They feed in summer in the high latitudes, mainly on krill, then make long migration of several thousand kilometers to reach their breeding sites in the warmer waters of the lower latitudes. But is the humpback whale the only species that sings? Of the nearly 90 species of cetaceans, only very few sing. This characteristic is only found in a few baleen whales. The humpback whale, the blue whale, and the field whale, respectively the first and second largest species on our planet, the bowhead whale, and finally the minke whale. Nevertheless, among the 5 species, the humpback whale has the more structured song, which can be broken down as follows. The smallest continuous sound audible to the human ear is called the unit. The whale plays from 2 to about 10 different units to form a phrase. The whale will then repeat this phrase several times to form a theme. And it is only the assembly of these themes in a precise order that will constitute what we call the whale song, during an average of 5 to 20 minutes. The whale will repeat this same song over a long session of singing that can last up to several hours. But why exactly do whales sing? If several hypotheses have been put forward over the years after the discovery of this song by Roger Payne in the 70s, the scientific community agrees today that it plays a preponderant role in breeding. Only played by males, and in the great majority on the breeding sites, the 2 hypotheses are the following. Either the song acts as a serenade and attracts the females, or the male use it to repel their competitors. It is the one who sings the loudest and the best who will have the right to approach the females in the end. But for us, apart from arousing wonder and dream in his listening, what can the study of whale song be used for? To understand it, we must go back to the mechanism of transmission of this song. Contrary to a vertical transmission, that is to say from a parent to a calf, for example, the song is transmitted horizontally between individuals. Let's take the same group of males singing the same song. If an outside individual arrives and is close to this group, that is to say within the few kilometers where the song is audible, he will learn the song and play it himself. And it is this characteristic that interests us. Indeed, let's imagine 2 populations of humpback whales separated by a stretch of water, and that are recorded on the 2 breeding sites. If we hear one population playing one song, and the second one playing a different one, we can conclude that these populations have not been in contact, that there has been no mixing or exchange of individuals between them. On the contrary, if on the 2 sites the same song is recorded, then we can say that these 2 populations have been connected in a more or less close past. The whale song is therefore a great tool to learn more about the connectivity of humpback whale population. This information from the acoustic data will complement the photo identification data and beacon tracking data to try to understand the movement of this species in our region. Our research focuses on the Southwest Indian Ocean. This region has one of the 7 breeding stocks of humpback whales defined by the International Whaling Commission, the sea stock. This stock is subdivided into 4 substocks: C1 along the African coast, C2 for the Comoro archipelago, C3 for Madagascar, and C4 for the Mascarene Islands. The few studies conducted in the region have first of all shown a strong connectivity between the Comoro archipelago and Madagascar, thanks to genetic, photo identification, and satellite tracking by beacon. Recent studies of photo identification and satellite tracking have also shown a strong connectivity between Réunion Island and eastern Madagascar. Between 2018 and 2019, we deployed at 7 different sites autonomous recorders during austral winter. Hydrophones, soon to have 300, were deployed at La Réunion, Sainte-Marie, Nosy Be, South Africa, Tanzania, Toliara, and Mozambique. Thanks to our partner, it's more than 20,000 of hours collected. After this data collection, we analyze spectrogram on Raven Pro. For each hour recorded, we look at the first 20 minutes. We start by checking the presence or not of humpback whale song. You have on the left an example of spectrograms with absence of whale song and presence of whale song. We also note the number of whales. You can see a spectrogram with only one singer and one and another with many singers. We put a qualitative index of signal-noise ratio, which is how the song can be read over the background noise. And we also note if the sample is good or not for the song structure analysis. Making this long manual review allows us to capture a lot of information for our dataset. Thanks to this first annotation work, we will first able to describe the evolution of the occurrence of the breeding sites by males. As the description of this occurrence was not the core of our study, we used a percentage of daily song occurrence. On the graphs, the sites are on each of the lines, with time on the x-axis, and the black bars represent the dates of recording. In 2018, on each of the sites, a lot of songs were recorded, but Sainte-Marie seems to have the most whales presence. In 2019, the eastern part of the basin seems to have fewer whales, in contrast to the western part, especially Toliara, which had a lot of humpback whale song during all over the season. Comparing the 2 years, we notice that 2018 was a year richer in whales. This monitoring of occurrence has many limitations, but allows over the time a good approximation of humpback whale occurrence in the breeding sites. Thanks to all of the song samples collected, we were able to establish a repertory of phrases type over the 2 years of the humpback song. 7 clear phrase types stood out, but each with many variants. Here are the main results of our study. You have for each year the sites on each lines, time in x-axis, and song sample described by their phrase type. In 2018, a year of high attendance, the following pattern was observed. A first blues song, composed of the phrases 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, was mostly heard in the eastern part of the region, in Réunion Island and Sainte-Marie. On the other side of Madagascar, it is the red song 11-12, which was mainly heard in the eastern part of the region. However, 2019 shows a complete different pattern. During all the season and at each site, only one song was recorded. And this song was the same 11-12 red one played the previous year in the western part of the region. Thanks to these initial results, hypotheses have been made of the connectivity of humpback whales population in this part of the Indian Ocean. The year 2018 shows 2 very different songs, suggesting that 2 distinct streams of humpback whales would have come to breed in the area during the season. A first one from the eastern part of the basin, with whales mainly visiting the Réunion and St. Mary sites, and a second one from the western part of the basin. For the year 2019, much poorer in whale, it is difficult to conclude if a single stream of whales would have come to breed in the whole basin, or if the two streams of whale would have played the same song. In fact, the red song 1112 that appeared in 2018 spread in the whole basin in 2019 to become the song of the Southwest Indian Ocean. Thanks to these first 2 years of promising results, we have decided to continue and improve our regional humpback whale song study for the coming years. Firstly, we continue the study in our part of the Indian Ocean, with, during this austral winter 2020, new developments in La Réunion, Sainte Marie, Nosy Be, Majanga, Toliara, Kenya and Tanzania. This will allow us to see if the different patterns observed in 2018 and 2019 are repeated throughout the years or if each year is different. In addition, we wanted to explore the connectivity between the Southwest Indian Ocean and Australian whales. Indeed, the results of beacon monitoring carried out by our colleagues in Australia show that the whales in this region seem to feed further west of their breeding area. In addition, in 2019, our NGO Globice equipped a whale with a satellite tag, which shows that the whale also seems to be heading towards this very productive zone known as Price Bay. After initial encouraging comparison of small song samples between the two zones in 2019, we have therefore, with our partner, deployed a continuous hydrophone in this part of Australia to understand whether we should not look at the connectivity of humpback whale population on a larger scale than previously imagined. Humpback whale songs still have a lot to reveal to us in the years to come, but for now, I would like to thank you for listening, thank all our partners for this regional collaboration.